from our local cast, international to me, is the wonderful actor who you will all know and love, and we are delighted and thrilled to have him on board, Abhishek Bachchan. Hi Abhishek, lovely to meet you. Thank you for having me. Thank you very much. And then next up, the incredibly talented, wonderful actor who you will, again, know incredibly well, Anil Kapoor Khan. Anil Kapoor. Anil Kapoor. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Next up, someone who I adore and think is the most extraordinary actress. She will be, of course, very, very well known to you. The wonderful Madhuri, Dixit, Nene. No, there isn't a lot. Thank you. A lot of flashing though. And then finally, we have with us today a young, talented actor who will steal your hearts as the central character of Mowgli. He really has done an extraordinary job. He was dedicated through this whole process. This was a very, very long job, and he stuck with it all the way and gave every single ounce of himself. I'd like to introduce to you the very talented Rohan Chand. And finally, actually, I have missed someone out because I haven't got my reading glasses on. I'm very sorry about that. Again, a lovely actor who you will know very, very well, the wonderful Kareena Kapoor Khan.
Where, ma'am? Here.
जी मेरा सवाल अपने सभी अभिषेक, माधुरी मैम, अनिल जी एंड करीना, आप चारों से है कि यूजुअली आप लोग जो डबिंग करते हैं वो बेसिकली अपने किरदारों को, जो किरदार आप लोग खुद जीते हैं उनके लिए करते हैं. यहाँ जब आप मतलब जो किरदार जब अलग से डब कर रहे हैं जो आपने निभाया नहीं है, वो कितना आसान या मुश्किल होता है कंपैरेटिवली?
How was it being the Python?
Voice to the Python.
Yeah, giving voice to the Python.
You haven't spoken, so please.
हाँ, मैं हट जाता हूँ. मेरे को पता है, मेरे को मार पड़ेगी. 1 second. Good enough, you guys? You can see? Yeah, please, Kareena.
Well, of course, from the roles that I've played normally, which has been, completely different to what Ka's character required. I think I enjoyed this a lot more because I found her voice very, very powerful, very, very, it had to be slightly hypnotic, because she kind of hypnotizes Mowgli in a way to take his decision, and shows him the way, to his journey, the path. So obviously it's slightly hypnotic, slightly seductive, very, very powerful. I felt like when I was dubbing, I felt like, I don't know, I was like on stage. I had to be slightly more theatrical. The voice had to sound like it wasn't me. So I actually enjoyed doing it. When it was over, I was like, God, why weren't there more scenes?
Madhuri, ma'am?
I think it was great doing this because the actor who actually played the original character of the mother, Miss Harris, she did a brilliant job. And all I had to do was just use my voice and her expressions and just get the flow of it. It's a beautiful character. It's that of a mother who accepts Mowgli as a child. He's very different from their clan. He's a man cub. And yet she goes out, she's generous, she is loving, she's giving, and she accepts him as his own. And that was a wonderful thing, I think, which is needed in the world today. People are different, and you need to embrace something that's different, and that's what she does. And I enjoyed playing her, because she was beautiful, she's ferocious, she will protect her man cub right here at every cost. And I just loved and enjoyed playing her.
Anil sir, I'm going to add a little more to the question. When you watch the Hindi trailer, Anil Kapoor is also there. Like, the way you speak, in real life, and even Balu, there are these worlds that are mixing. Is it difficult? And every actor wants to do a role, if it's been done before, differently. Were you watching what was happening in the English version while you were,
I did say that. Yeah, I did, because I would try out first, and as I said it, that if I got stuck and I was not happy, and I would listen to it, because I would go back and forth, listen to it in the theater, go into the do all those crazy things, and and then I had the reference. So I was fortunate that I had the reference of the great Andy. Otherwise, still I think I have to learn a lot. It's just the beginning for me at least, and I wish I get an opportunity where I would get to work with all these great talented people like Christian Bale and Andy, and of course,
Abhishek just mentioned.
yeah, Frida. Frida, of course, I did. The phenomenal film which we did together. It was a great experience, and it was wonderful. And again, we are on the stage again after 10 years. I hope
This
this
is winning
also.
awards, basically.
No, it's not the award. I think more important, we should not think about the awards. I think it's the more the people see it and enjoy it and remember it. I think that's what our reward is. Yeah.
Sir, was it easy? No, not Louis, not you. Abhishek, was it just easy to get the swagger? Because I think Bagheera's character has got a lot of swagger. The way he speaks, he's of course training the man cub Mowgli. Was it easy for you to just be this deep baritone voice which you already have? Ooh, 5-mark question.
No, it was very, very challenging. What was liberating about this entire exercise is, I think for the first time, in our films, in our industry, there is a huge element of your personality that you always bring to a character, which is probably not prevalent in the West. In Indian cinema, that's almost a prerequisite. What was nice is you got liberated because you got to be an entirely new character and you weren't confined within those boundaries. What was really nice is, I wasn't playing a human being, so that was new. And keeping that in mind and keeping the way Mr. Circus had designed the character, the way Christian had performed it, and then to try and Indianize it, that was very challenging. Also, to fit linguistically Hindi into an English dialogue is very challenging. They're two completely separate languages which have a different tone, a different meter. So that was challenging. But I think in terms of, to answer your question, I think these two gentlemen brought in all the attitude and swag that Bagheera needed. We merely tried to live up to the standards that they had set.
Yes.
Hi, I wanted to ask Frida.
Frida, right there in the middle.
Hi. Since you've grown up reading The Jungle Book, how much of that did you bring into your role for this movie? And also, what was it like working with Andy again?
Well, it's always a pleasure working with Andy, and I hope there's many more. Andy and I, when we worked on Rise of the Planet of the Apes, that was my fourth film ever of my career. And I had no idea what motion capture was or what I was going to have to do on set. And it's a very strange thing when you come to set and you watch a grown man in a suit with dots on his face and a camera attached to his head. And then Andy starts performing, and then you completely forget that you're watching a man. You're just watching Caesar come to life. So similarly, I knew, working with Andy on this particular project, that all the animals, all the actors lending themselves to motion capture were going to be taken care of, because really what he's focused on is a performance and not just, the big set of it all. What was your other part of your question? Was how was it? How did it influence? How did my childhood influence? The beautiful part about this Mowgli adaptation, and I don't know if everyone has seen it, is really what Andy does. It's an ode to India. I remember him telling me before. I think it was before I left for South Africa, that he wanted to do my parts in Hindi and he wanted to attempt it and go down that route. And for all of us who remember, on Doordarshan, we'd watch Jungle Book every Sunday. And there's so much of the human life in the village that was captured
in that version, and I have not seen that version anywhere else in any other adaptation. So for me to go to South Africa and actually work with fellow actors, all speaking in Hindi, all enjoying a kind of a version of the Holi festival, singing a lullaby written and composed by Nitin Sawhney, all of those beautiful things that I associate with India came to life in this movie. So yeah, very grateful to Andy for letting me speak in Hindi in this film and letting me dub myself.
Okay, thank you. And the final invitation to the two Ballus, Andy Serkis and Mr. Anil Kapoor. Oh, there you go. That was motion capture, wasn't it? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, now I think if we could get all of you the pictures that you want, but I would request the two Bagheeras if they could pose for the photographers together. Of course, Abhishek and Christian, if you could pose.
Subscribe to Biscuit TV and press the bell icon on your YouTube app and never miss another Bollywood update from Biscuit TV.